You want to draw. You bought the pencils, you bought the sketchbook, but somehow weeks turn into months, months turn into years, and you're still telling yourself the same thing. I just don't have time. Today, I want to share a talk that I gave to my drawing students a couple of years ago about one of the biggest obstacles that artists face, finding time to draw. And the solution might not be what you think. So, let's go back in time, past Emma, take it away. Yeah, so finding time for our hobbies. It's really tough. It's a question I have been asked many times. A big part of it, I think, is priorities. So it's really tough because we have some non-negotiables in life. We have to go to our job, right? You've got to go to work and you've got to earn the money to pay the bills. You've probably got to get food shopping, make food, do the laundry. Maybe you've got kids, you've got to take the kids to school, you've got to get the kids from school, take the kids to their various clubs, whatever it is. So there are some things that are pretty difficult to move around. But having said that, it's probably unlikely that there's not any time. It's more just where the time is going. So it's more kind of an honest conversation with yourself. How much of a priority is drawing? And it's not a leading question, like it's something for you to answer. So my equivalent is not drawing because I draw for my job, so I draw all the time. But my equivalent is music. So I play various musical instruments. I used to pursue music very seriously, and I've had to ask myself some very difficult questions over the years about my priorities with music. So for example, the flute. I used to play the flute. I do not play my flute anymore. I have essentially quit the flute because I also play the piano and the violin, and I wanted to learn the mandolin. And the flute, I had to quit and I put it down. Something that I did quite a long time ago is I sold my TV. I don't watch TV. Now, it's a big one because I know a lot of people, most people probably, watch TV and enjoy the process of watching TV. It's easy, it's mentally stimulating, it's entertaining, all of these things. And this is what I mean by how much of a priority is it for you. So for me, getting the stuff that I wanted to get done was so much of a priority that I was like, I got to quit TV. So now in the evening, if I've got time to watch TV, instead I actually practice violin. And I leave my mandolin on the sofa. And when I go to have a cup of tea for a break, I pick my mandolin up just literally for 5 minutes and I play. Now the equivalent with drawing would be, for example, a sketchbook. Right? Have the sketchbook, leave the sketchbook on the sofa. A couple of people commented on this thread that they keep sketchbooks, they take them in the car. That is a really good suggestion. Handbag. Put the sketchbook in the handbag. The sketchbook is perfect for short breaks. Now, of course, the sketchbook is not working on your big hyperreal project that you might want to be working on, but it is keeping your hand moving. You can practice techniques from the course if you really want to, like all of those exercises from chapter 3, you can work on those. Or you can do observational drawing and practice your eye and keep your hand moving and all this stuff. And then it's kind of like deciding what could go in your life. Is there a negotiable? So I have some suggestions. First of all, this darn thing. I don't know how you guys find this, but I find that I lose a lot of time on this stupid device. You can get apps that limit how much you can use a certain app. So let's say, for example, you have Instagram addiction. You can get an app that limits it to 15 minutes a day, and then after 15 minutes, it just shuts Instagram down and you can't access it. Or you make yourself a rule that's like, my phone lives in my bag and it doesn't live in my pocket, it lives in my bag. And this is a bit more cutthroat, but maybe you have certain friendships with people that you just like, you don't actually like them that much, and you get to the end of the time that you see and you're like, this person's exhausting. Maybe spend less time with them. Some other suggestions that came in the community. I tend to sacrifice my time for other people, which is a negative for me in the long run because it stunts my own growth. Yeah, so I can be a lot like this, or historically I've been a lot like this, where someone asks for a hand or someone asks for something and I always used to just say yes. I'm kind of like, yes, absolutely, I'll help you with this, I'll help you with that. And the result was that I didn't have any time for me and my pursuits, or I then sacrificed sleep or something. So it's kind of like, planning ahead, putting it in the diary, and then when someone asks for something, you can be like, sorry, no. Actually, I'm busy that day because I've got to do You don't even have to justify it. You're busy that day. You're doing your drawing. Sometimes you just have to be a little bit selfish, and that is true. Drawing is so important. It's your downtime for yourself. It's time for your brain to unwind. And it's certainly the case for me. When I draw, I'm essentially meditating. It's a meditative practice. I always feel better for drawing. So you could view it like some people have therapy, and it could just be like, it's just therapy time. You could call it that, and it's like a critical, essential part of your mental well-being, for example. I spend 2 hours a week on critical mental well-being time so that I can function fully as an adult, for example. The more you do, the easier it will get over time. I think this is true. If you've got a busy life and you want to fit drawing in, and you can fit it in little stints here and there, the more you do that, the more you'll adjust to being able to pick it up quickly, and you won't need so much time to get into it. And I think that's probably the most important thing to remember. If nothing else, start little and often, and the rest will follow. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like. It really helps to support the channel. And if you want to see more from me, subscribe and turn on the notifications so that you don't miss the next one. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, or if this is something that you struggle with. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.